Oh, hey YouTube, what's really good? My name is Vivid, and this is going to be the second week of our Little Cup League. This is specifically the APA Little Cup. I failed to mention what league this was specifically in the last video. There, now you know, it is the APA Little Cup. This week I'm battling Slick Panther. The link will be in the description down below. Definitely go check them out. I'm also doing a little bit of a different format this week. Instead of doing sort of like an edited down video like I did last week, I am doing sort of a post commentary / reaction to the battle. If you enjoy this style, please let me know in the comment section down below. I just wanted to play with a few different video formats for league content to figure out what works best. Go watch last week's, tell me how you like that one, watch this one, tell me how you like this one, or do you like just a standard, I upload everything that happens, full stream of consciousness, this is just a league battle. Let me know what you enjoy the most in the comment section down below. Also, let me know what you think of my team, and let me know what you think of this battle specifically in the comment section down below. I will be down there having a conversation with you. Wait 1 second, the absolute last thing I want to say before we get into this is please, if you're not already, consider subscribing to the channel. Most of my views are coming from people who are not subscribed. If that's you, I would love to have you along on this journey with me. It would mean the absolute most. If you don't like me later, feel free to unsubscribe. Also, like the video if you're enjoying Draft League content. Okay, that's it. Now let's actually get into the battle. All right, so we're here in the team select screen, and you'll see that I'm bringing Phantom, Cutie Flight, Binnacle, Cubone, Poniard, and Tentacle. And Slick Panther is bringing Ghastly, Amira, Alolan, Sandshrew, Hoot Hoot, Esper, and Ammonite. We both have Shell Smash Sweepers. I tried to make sure that I had at least one check to a Shell Smash Ammonite on my team. That's going to be the Cutie Fly with Focus Sash. It has Energy Ball, so hopefully we live a hit and Oko with Energy Ball back. That was the thought process. This Cutie Fly is also a little bit pivotal to the team because this Alolan, Sandshrew plus Amira, like the Hail Core of Panther's team, tears me apart. Ice Stab is really, really good against me. So I put Focus Sash on it, and it has Energy Ball, and it also has Tailwind along with 2 other moves I don't remember off the top of my head. But Tailwind was really good because it would let Cubone outpace Panther's entire team, and Cubone actually just one-shots the entire team. I think there was maybe one Pokemon on Panther's team that could dodge a one-shot from Cubone, and it was like a Morlul, and Morlul didn't come. Cubone 100% one-shots everything that we're seeing like right now, except maybe Hoot Hoot, but I think we one-shot that too. The moral of the story is the Hail Core is really good against my team, and also an Ammonite with the Shell Smash Up is really good against my team, so I tried to build around those things. We're gonna go ahead and lead our Choice Scarf Frisk Phantom. It gives me really good information, and in prep, it looked like Amira and potentially Rhyhorn, which is also something that they had access to, looked like really good leads to try and set up hazards, or Rhyhorn specifically is just a very good bulky lead. So this Choice Scarf Phantom gives me one, good information because I can kind of predict what they're going to do, especially if it's the Amira, right? If it's Light Clay, I can predict they're gonna set up screens. If it's just like Life Orb, I can predict that they're gonna Blizzard. If it's Choice Scarf, I can predict they're gonna Blizzard. And if it's Icy Rock, I can just bank on the fact that they are really leaning heavily on Sandshrew. So Phantom seemed like a phenomenal lead. Phantom also Okos both Rhyhorn and Amira, so that was my dedicated lead going into this. Let's jump into the battle. We're gonna go ahead and see that Panther does in fact lead off with the Amira. That is what we predicted. It looked like the absolute best lead they had. And then we are gonna get the Frisk off. It is going to tell us right away that this Amira is holding the Icy Rock. The Icy Rock means that the Amira is most likely just trying to set up Hail here for the Sandshrew, and we also know that we can get a clean Oko off on it with this Horn Leech. I'm gonna lock it in. We're going to Horn Leech away, probably surprising them. Phantom is normally really, really slow. It also doesn't make a ton of sense as a Scarfer here. So we get the Horn Leech off, we get the KO on turn 1. Everything's great. We're living our best life currently, but the Sandshrew still is insane, and that is in fact what Panther is going to go out into. The Sandshrew, I don't have any switch into this thing. If it's triple axle, it kills most of my team here. Like triple axle Sandshrew was 100% the reason that I couldn't even touch Drifloon this week, because Drifloon just relies on setting up subs and then like recycling berry juice. Triple axle negates that as something because it's a multi-hit move. We go into Tentacle here thinking like, oh, we'll eat up an ice type move, easy. Makes the read, goes for the Earthquake. We're not in great position because I think we actually live triple axle into Earthquake. This is a really, really bulky Eviolite Tentacle. Maybe not after Hail, like 2 turns of Hail, I don't know. Either way, I'm just thinking like, oh, do I have a switch into this? Is it gonna go for Earthquake again? I don't have any Mon that's off the ground. I don't think I can switch into an Earthquake here. I'm kind of panicked because I'm like, wow, Tentacle is really supposed to be more of a check to like at least live 1 hit, like switch in, live a hit, and then, you know, be able to like do something. Like I needed to try to get a Scald off, try to attack this thing in some way. Didn't work out. Tentacle was also really good for the Ammonite because we had Giga Drain on it and we could live most hits before the Ammonite set up a Shell Smash. So I'm gonna lock in the Scald here, or no, I'm gonna lock in the knockoff. I lock in the knockoff here. I'm thinking like, I'm not gonna live anyways. If I do live, it would probably be beneficial to me to knock off an item. If this thing is Focus Sash, I guess the Scald would have broken that either way, but still. We don't live the earthquake, and now my options are really limited. This is an Eviolite Binnacle. I know that I can go out into Binnacle here and live one hit and shut up a Shell Smash, and I think that's my only option. I'm sitting here, I'm thinking through it, I'm talking it out, and I decide to go for it. If we set up a Shell Smash here, there's a good chance that we can at least Oko the Sandshrew and maybe pick up at least one other kill, because Panther's team didn't have a ton of priority, and out of all the Pokemon he brought, I think the only priority he had access to really was Sucker Punch on Ghastly. So we go for the Shell Smash with our UGLY. He's got a little bit of alibi, as you'll see here, because we get the Shell Smash off. We now know that we're 100% faster than the Sandshrew. I made sure that this thing was at least 1 point faster than, I believe it was Jolly Sandshrew. If it wasn't 1 point faster than Jolly Sandshrew, it was 1 point faster than Adamant Sandshrew. I don't really remember here, but we do have Cross Chop. Cross Chop lets us Oko the Sandshrew easily, cleanly. We could even Oko through screens, which is why I brought Cross Chop instead of Brick Break. Brick Break would break through the screens, but it would still do less damage on the first turn, and Cross Chop was a guaranteed Oko. We actually land. That's great. Cross Chop is an 80% accurate move. I'm not fantastic at landing moves like that. We Oko the Sandshrew, and I'm like, oh, this is the Amira down, this is the Sandshrew down. The only thing left I have to worry about really is the Ammonite. The rest of the team we can handle just by switching in and out. Like, my Cutie still has its sash up. We still have our completely healthy Poniard in the back, which does a heck ton of damage to the rest of Panther's team. I'm like, I don't know what he goes out into here, but whatever it is, I can probably expect it to be sort of like sashed in some form or fashion. I don't know. Focus Sash, I guess, doesn't make a ton of sense as a bring when there's hail involved. I was just thinking I needed to live one hit. It didn't matter if I died to the hail as long as I got to either A, Giga Drain, or B, Tailwind. So maybe that's why he doesn't have a sash here, because you're gonna see we're gonna cross chop this Ammonite, and it's gonna die. it just dies. I mean, at this point, I'm excited. I'm through the roof. I'm like, wow, Binnacle for president. Binnacle really came through. Binnacle is doing everything that I needed to do, because it's 2-for-1 at this point. Anytime in Little Cup when you can get a 2-for-1, I think it's really, really solid, because Little Cup is an incredibly fast format. Things are constantly getting knocked out left, right. He goes onto the Hoot Hoot here, and I'm like, oh, I didn't actually bring rock coverage because I needed Poison Jab, because the more lull lived any hit. So we just go for the liquidation here. I'm like, this thing's probably bulky in some way or another. It's gonna live. Does not live, by the way. Liquidation just one-shots that thing off the face of the earth, and I'm thinking like, wow, at this point the hail is basically like Life Orb, because the way Life Orb works in this format, if you don't know, is if you have 19 HP, I think specifically, it only does 1 point of damage to each turn. So I'm like, the hail is the Life Orb tax. That, I don't know, just a tangent. And I'm like, okay, goes into the Esper. We liquidate again because we're fast and we hit hard. I did Okos. So now Binnacle has officially made sure we can't lose this game. The last Pokemon that Panther has is a Ghastly. There's no way that Ghastly can solo my Poniard. So even if the Ghastly has Sucker Punch here, which I think he would have went out into it a long time ago if he did, if he'd had that, I'm like, this game's over. Let's liquidate here. Let's liquidate the Ghastly. If it lives, if it's Sash or something, it'll be fine. And it's not. And this was, I don't know, kind of like a devastating sweep from Binnacle. I just want to say, like, that game could have gone either way. Like I said, Little Cup is incredibly, incredibly swingy. Shell Smash sweepers in this format seem really, really strong. Binnacle was especially like a cheap Shell Smash sweeper. I was really, really happy to pick it up at the tier that I did, and it put in work. Like, if this is all Binnacle does for the entire league, that's enough, because it just won me a game that I thought was really, really tough. Like, when I was thinking about this, because I did live commentary for this too, because I wasn't sure if I was going to post comment or live comment. Like, in my live commentary, I said, this is a difficult matchup. I don't think I win this. I'm building really strangely. Like, I have a Focus Sash Tailwind Cutiefly to make sure that Cubone can maybe get a kill later. Yeah, Binnacle put in work. This, like I said, this is a swingy format. This could have gone either way. Like, if Panther had gotten in his Ammonite at any point, not that there was like a ton of time left in the game, right? Like, not that there was a ton of turns that happened before I even clicked Shell Smash. But if the Ammonite got a Shell Smash up first, who knows? The game might have been completely different. It might have been a completely different game, just because that's how Little Cup is. It's really swingy. Whoever gets the momentum tends to keep the momentum in most cases. And I just got the momentum. At the point where Binnacle 2-for-1, I was so sure that I could win that I was just over the moon, because that's just how important like all your pieces are in this format. Anyway, anyways, that being said, great games, Panther. I think you brought the right Pokemon. I think you probably had fantastic sets. In fact, I know you did because we shared teams after the fact. Like, your Sandshrew was even heavy-duty boots just to make sure that you could still outpace Scarfers if I set up sticky webs. That's smart. You know, like, I think he mentioned, like, if he'd gone for the rapid spin on the turn I clicked Shell Smash, that would have been a play. But at that point, I guess you're just risking me going for the fighting type attack. Like, yes, Binnacle wouldn't have actually swept your entire team at that point, but it still would have, like, taken out your Sandshrew and had the option to Shell Smash, because I'm sure rapid spin would have done 1, maybe 2 damage at that point. So I don't know, that's a hard play to make either way. Anyways, great games. Thank you so much. If you're enjoying having Draft League content back on the channel, please let me know. Check out my merch. It'll be the first link in the description down below. That's a really fantastic way to support me. Also, becoming a member to the channel is really fantastic. Those things are keeping me on the platform right now. That's it. Thank you so much for everything. I hope to see you in the comment section. I hope to see you in the future weeks videos. I have another league that I will start uploading onto this channel as well soon. That's it. I'm kind of done here. Bye. Iggy and I want to say thank you so much for making it to the end of this video, and if you want to watch more videos and make it to the end of those, there will be 2, one right here, one right here. This is one that I think is really good, and this is one that YouTube thinks you'll enjoy. So pick one, and me and Iggy will just be hanging out while you watch it. Okay, thanks. Bye.